And the key to staying on top of any wildfire or any other fire for that matter is training. This morning, the Riceville firefighters are getting ready for special training, and News 13's Victoria Dunkle is streaming live with us this morning. And Victoria, I understand they're going to burn in the house behind you?
Yep, that's going to be burning tomorrow in a special training procedure for the team here at the Riceville Volunteer Fire Department. In fact, I've been talking to Chief Thad Lewis this morning, and this is really an exceptional opportunity for you and your team, isn't it?
It is. These opportunities don't come along every day. We have training facilities like the new training facility we have, and that training is awesome. There's things that can be done there, but to get the same scenario that you would have in a regular house fire, we don't get that at a training facility where you've got a burn building. This is
the real deal.
This is it.
Now, the people who own this house reached out to you and said, "Hey, we're looking to, demolish the house. Do you guys want to use it for training?" Right. Can I do that if I have property like that too?
You sure can. Contact your local fire department. There's a lot of hoops that you have to jump through. For example, for this one, we of course had to acquire the structure, okay, with a lot of paperwork that has to go through that, make sure there's no insurance on it, okay. We've got to follow a lot of procedures and things. We've got to get demolition permits. The fire department, we've paid for that for them. We had to have asbestos inspections and those. We paid for those.
And this is just the beginning of what it takes to get this house ready. Now, the actual training is tomorrow, but we're going to get a little bit more of an inside look at the security and safety they put into place. They had to take care of making this house ready for the pretty much priceless training it provides for the men and women who put their lives on the line for us in an emergency. Coming up, we're going to take you through some more of the steps as they get ready. Reporting live in Buncombe County, Victoria Dunkle, News 13.
Well, safety is the first priority for a team of firefighters about to tackle a house fire.
News 13's Victoria Dunkle is streaming live from the Riceville community. And Victoria, this is a fire that firefighters are going to set on purpose, right?
That's right. I'm actually standing, now we've moved behind the house that we were talking about in our last half hour. This is going to be lit up come tomorrow morning. But right now, this morning, we're out here doing some final preparation. I've been talking to Chief Thad Lewis, and this has been a situation where the homeowners donated the home for y'all to train with, but you guys have been working, you took off the siding and getting it ready. Safety is a really important factor in your approach in setting this on fire, right?
Yes. Anytime we're doing this, we want to make sure that the safety of the firefighters and the safety of the community is #1 priority. And to do that, we've got to make sure that we make sure that we have escape routes and all the safety measures in place, so when we do burn that no one is left in undue danger.
We're watching some of the members of your team here, some of the firefighters from the department, move things around in the house as they get ready. This little entryway here used to be a window, and one of the safety steps is so that when you start burning the house, you have another way to get out, right? You cut this out, right?
Yes. This was a window that came down to here. We removed the bottom half of the window here, and then before the fire we will use this, or during the fire we'll use this as a secondary escape, because when we start burning we'll cut off that natural secondary escape. So we want to make sure that if something happens that there is a secondary way out.
Sounds like a good plan. We've got more steps to take too. In fact, we're going to be cutting a hole in the roof in the next half hour and explain why that's a crucial step as they get ready for some really rare but crucial training as they get ready to do their jobs, which is keeping you and me safe in an emergency. Reporting live in Buncombe County, Victoria Dunkle, News 13.
And from wildfires to house fires, the key for firefighters staying on top of their jobs is training. And this morning, News 13's Victoria Dunkle is streaming live from the site of some special training in Buncombe County.
That's right. So, Vic, what are we in store for this house fire training?
Well, we've been checking it out all through the morning. This house was donated by the homeowners so that the Riceville Volunteer Fire Department and Chief Thad Lewis and his team could get some unique training. This is unusual that you're going to actually be able to get into this house, right?
Yes.
What are they doing right now in this step?
Right now what they're doing is cutting a ventilation hole. Okay. That will help us control the fire spread tomorrow when we start our burn. This is something we typically do all the time when we do this type of burn. It helps us release the hot gases and stuff and keep the fire under control. And we would do this normally on a regular house fire if we had one to be able to vent and get that out.
And that's what I was going to say. We've seen video of an actual house fire. When your team's been up there doing this,
yes,
they're going through every single step of what would happen when they get called to that scene. But this is a rare opportunity to train on a house, right?
It is. These don't come along very often, and when we do, we try to make the best out of it, utilize it as much as possible, and get as many people involved in it as possible to be able to utilize that experience of a real house in a real situation.
And now they're making their way through this. It doesn't matter how large this hole is. It is specific size.
Yes, a ventilation hole needs to be 4 feet wide, 4 feet long, a square 4-foot section. We'll come back then and put a piece of plywood over that, and then we'll have a mechanical method of being able to open and close that as we need that ventilation tomorrow.
So there is a well thought out process to every step of this, which is what you would do when you arrive on the scene of an actual house fire. Coming up in our next half hour, how about we actually start a fire?
Sure.
Okay, we're going to get the flames going in our next half hour and show you the steps they're going to take. This is invaluable. I mean, they cannot put a price tag on the training that they're getting here in this opportunity, and it's all in the effort to be ready in an emergency that might affect you or me. Reporting live in Buncombe County, Victoria Dunkle, News 13.
Well, that story shows how firefighters need to be at the top of their game at all times.
News 13's Victoria Dunkle is streaming live at the site of a specialty training opportunity. And Vic, we are ready to start a fire.
Oh, we just started the fire here, Holly and Frank. Take a look. This is the home that was donated to the Riceville Volunteer Fire Department for a training purpose. The owners wanted to demolish it, and Chief Fab Lewis and I have been walking through all the steps to get us to this point. The full training's tomorrow, but this is an example of what you're going to be doing, right?
Yes, this is kind of what we'll be doing tomorrow, be igniting the different rooms, giving the firefighters the opportunity to go in and utilize their skills and training in extinguishing those. Every aspect of what we do tomorrow will be a training exercise, from the instant command system to the safety officer and the firefighters themselves.
Right now they're getting in there and they're kind of getting a feel for what the fire's like, but also feeling what the temperature of being inside a burning home is like, right?
Exactly. With the other training buildings and things that we have, the temperatures and things are different. This is a golden opportunity to see exactly what it's like in a regular setting, in a normal setting.
And so when this happens, they're going to get ready and they're going to be set to put this out in just a little bit. But you'll start one, you'll extinguish it, you'll bring in another team, and this is going to go on all day tomorrow. And as far as the training goes, what's your feedback from these kind of situations from the firefighters?
They love it. It's a great opportunity for them to be in that environment they're going to actually be working in, and for them to be able to do it. It's an awesome opportunity for them to feel that, to be able to do it in a controlled environment where they don't have to worry about a lot of the other safety issues, where we've got it controlled, and they can do that and know that there's a factor of safety in there that they don't have in a normal fire. And
we do have a plan right now to put out this fire before we leave here this morning and get this one under control, but then you'll be back out here tomorrow morning. And this is a great opportunity, and if people do have property that they are planning to demolish or whatever, they can contact their local fire department and start the process of being able to provide this kind of training so that the men and women who put their lives on the line for us are at the top of their game and ready, whatever the situation may be. Thanks a bunch to the Riceville Volunteer Fire Department for letting us come along this morning. Reporting live in Buncombe County, Victoria Dunkle, News 13.